Hello, my Zentangle friends. This is Barbara Langston, CZT. I'm a certified Zentangle teacher, and welcome to another session of Not Perfect Zen. I hope you're doing well. I have had a fun week playing with watercolors and some patterns that I found, and I hope to inspire you to have some fun and no mistakes. Reminding you that this is not perfect, but I hope you enjoy it. This is my contact information, and I encourage you to put at @BBL_tangles on your posts if you happen to post on social media, so that I can be notified that you have posted something, because I love to see what you've done. There's the other side of my pizza box that I used to focus. And I want to show you a tile that I did. I love going to musterkel.de and the Tangle Patterns site to look for new patterns. And I think this was one of the newer patterns that came out on Musterkel. And it's called Buds by Barbara Duel Johnson. She's a CZT, and this is two different ways to do it. And on the Tangle Patterns website, I was looking at some of Barbara's other patterns and came across this one called Bolly, and I just love it. I have done so much with it. It's just a fun, easy, beautiful border. This is just some old watercolor paper that I have. I really don't enjoy using it, but I had fun playing with Lindy's Magicals, and I colored the paper and put that border on here and some of her flowers, and that's what I'm going to do today. I want to show you that I went to Kelli Blouin's website, and she and Audrey Shantz are collaborating, and they did video on how to do watercolor backgrounds, and I did a few of those, and just let me show you a few of those. I wasn't really sure about combining my colors, but here are a few of the things that I did. And I'm going to insert a little video in here real quick on how I prepped a couple of tiles, and then I'll come back and we'll make a tile of our own. Okay, so basically I'm going to use some Daniel Smith watercolor dots, and I like these because you can just try out watercolors in quite a big variety of colors. And I used a color wheel, and I'm just going to put something similar to this, and the complementary color is a green. So I found a couple of colors on here that I think will go together well. Again, I would encourage you to watch Audrey and Kelly's video. I'm going to use this anthraquinoid red and sap green. I have just a little watercolor palette, and this is just Amazon watercolor 140-pound watercolor paper, or you can do this on a Zentangle tile. I did look online, and this is actually acrylic paper, and this is a video I watched from Kelli Blouin. Her video channel is Minutes of Zen, and Audrey Shantz is Audrey Shantz Art. And I am by no means a watercolor teacher. I just want to show you how I did mine. So Audrey said to make a little puddle of color. So I have just plain water in a jar, and I'm going to pick up some of this color and put it here and add water to it to thin it out. I like for my colors to be soft, so you can kind of see that that's pretty thin. And now this red, cleaning my brush. I have a towel handy. So now I'm going to pick up some of this red and put it here. I needed more water on my brush. I don't want it, like I say, to be too bright. Okay, that's probably going to be fine. Move this aside, and I'm going to clean my brush again. My little tile is dry, and I'm just going to get some of this green and pull it along this edge. I'm guessing that's about a 1/2 inch in. I'm not worried about how big it is. Not worried about making it perfect. And this is just a brush I've had for a long time. I don't even know what kind of brush it is. I think it's called Master's Touch. And I don't believe it's a very expensive brush. Okay, and that's pretty wet. And following what Audrey said, to keep it kind of wet and then go right into your second color. So I cleaned my brush, and now I'm going to start in the center. So I'm going to go ahead and push this down with my finger. And I'm just going to start moving this around. I'm not touching that green yet because I don't want it all to blend yet. We'll see how this goes. Okay, go ahead and touch that, and it'll start to blend a little bit. Okay. And then if it starts to pool, then she says clean your brush. And you can pick that up a little bit on the edge if you need to. Actually, kind of picked up too much. It's okay. I'm going to put a little bit, oops, a little bit more red right here. Oh gosh, I just don't know. Okay, let's see how that turns out. And it's kind of buckled, but it'll dry. It'll dry flatter than that. I have some color left, so I'm going to do this again on this one. It's a Zentangle tile because I like to use up my colors. And let's go just the opposite. I'll put this in the center first. Actually, I'm going to try to do this one similar to what Kelli did in hers. And you could just do this one color, and I think I will. I'm just going to put this one color on this tile. Leave a little bit of a border. Okay, I'm going to grab another tile. This one is a Zentangle tile. Clean my brush and get this red. And then I'm going to do the same thing. And I'll have a tile that's prepped with color. And I could use it for anything. Go ahead and move this around before it gets too dry. Let's see if we just add the rest of this red on here. And I'm pretty sure this will dry lighter than what you see. All right, there we go. Now I have 2 more tiles. Okay, so these are the 3 tiles that I did. And I really like how this one came out. And I like having a solid color in here to play with. I'm not sure about this one, but I wasn't sure about this tile either when I did it. Wasn't sure about the colors inside. This one is also from Barbara Duel Johnson. It's called Margie 2. And it has Bolly on the border. And then I took part of what was in the inside here and put it on the border. I just had so much fun. So I am actually going to use this tile that I made because I really like how the colors came out. It is Fabriano Tiepolo, 140-pound paper that I got from Dick Blick years ago and haven't used it. So I pulled it out, cut it up. This is actually 4-inch, but you can use a Zentangle tile, sketchbook, anything that you have. You don't have to use the paper that I'm talking about, okay? So relax, take a deep breath. Let's zoom in. I hope you enjoy this as much as I have. To do this, I am going to use a pencil and close to the edge, I'm going to put my corner dots. I love purple and green. This one's a little bit closer to an aqua color, but if you saw my bedroom and bathroom, you would believe me, because I have a lot of purple and green. Years ago, when my mother was still alive, she bought me a purple and green quilt. And so everything in my room focuses around that. Okay, so now we have our, mostly it's a guideline really, is how I'm going to use that. And this pattern starts with these 3 dots. And I like to start in the corner. And I'm going to put my dots. And I'm making them pretty big. I'm going to go to each corner and do the same thing. And in the corner, I've made them where they kind of line up on that line. When we do it towards the center, it won't be quite as spread out, but you'll see why. It's because we need a little bit more room right here, so I found. But either way, this works out great. I also want to show you that I do a lot of practice. These, to me, did not turn out right. Okay, so be easy on yourself, be gentle. After practicing several times, then I finally got it to look better. Okay. I am going to put 2 more of these sets of dots in here, so just kind of guessing, we'll put a dot here, kind of in a little triangle. Oh, got that one kind of wide. It's okay. So kind of guess here. You may want to put them closer together, like I have here. Okay. No mistakes, no worry. Just enjoy what you're doing. Okay, so about halfway between those 2. I do find that when I start doing these videos, I go a little bit faster and a little bit sloppier than I do when I'm just sitting in the mornings and relaxing. But again, we're not trying for perfection. I hope I inspire you to enjoy what you're doing. Zentangle is my joy. I love it. And I enjoy playing with the watercolors. And I'm always surprised that things look so good on top of the watercolors, even if it doesn't look perfect. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is join these dots that are on the edges of these little triangles. Turn your tile. Barbara has an account on Pinterest where she posts most of her patterns, but you can find them on tanglepatterns.com and on Masterkel. And I know how to search for the artist on tanglepatterns.com, but I don't know how to search for the artist on Masterkel. Anyway, so the next step is we're going to aura all of this. I'm going to start in this corner. We're going to go just between those dots and then come back around. So just curve up. I'm trying to keep it about the same distance all the way around. I think this would be a really cool pattern to put a border and then put quotes in the center. My favorite quote right now says, "Comparison is the thief of joy." I really have to work on that constantly for myself, to not compare myself to other artists. Okay? All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put a line, and I'm not going all the way up to the dot, just up to kind of right between them. Now that one got kind of big, didn't it? Okay, and then we're going to just put straight lines. We're not going to worry about making it curve one way or another. Just straight lines. And I'm not really worried about the distance apart. And I just kind of tend to go right below that dot. And then we're just going straight down. Okay. It actually comes together pretty fast. If I'm going too fast, you can slow down the video. If I'm going too slow, you can speed it up. But I don't speed up my videos because that makes me very anxious when I try to watch one like that. And I also don't put music. I tried that one time and it was a disaster. Okay. But I do have people who have told me that they don't do well with music in the background. And we don't have to have it. You can put your own music, or you can keep it quiet. Okay, just keep turning your tile. This is August 3rd, I believe. I will upload this on August 4th. But school starts in 2 weeks for my grandchildren. The summer has really flown by. I babysit my, well, they're not babies, but 11 and 7-year-old granddaughters. Okay, the next thing that we're going to do is where we have these curves, we're going to fill that in. I'm going to make this a little bit more round. Okay. Always turning your tile to keep your hand comfortable. Okay, so that's the basic pattern. And like I said, I've done that several times, and I'll go back and either put a quote in those other tiles or add some more patterns. And what we're going to do next is put her pattern buds. And it starts with, what? Whoop, I don't think I was even on the screen, okay? We're going to start with kind of a teardrop or a bud type shape. Let's come up here. Okay, and then I'm going to have this one kind of just curve around and come out of this. Okay, and then inside she puts that same basic shape, those little teardrop type shapes. And then we're going to put these little petals on each side. So I'm going to come up and around and meet at the bottom. And each time I've done it, it looks different. That's okay. And then we're going to put a little one below. So same thing on this side. And then a small one. Okay. And you can leave it just like that, or you could add these little embellishments. I'm going to do this one next, and it's going to be a little bit shorter. I want it to fit in here. We'll come down a little bit. This is how I work. Actually, let's come up here, because I want to be able to have this big enough to have those auras. So we're going to put that shape. And then I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger than I did on that other one. A bit bigger here. Don't worry if it doesn't look exactly like mine or exactly like hers. Okay. And then we'll put one down here. I do encourage you to look at the step outs. Okay, I'm going to put an aura here on each of these. So I ended up getting real close over here. No mistakes, no worries. We're not going to aura the inside. Okay, and then we're going to put those same little shapes inside here. And then she put like a little darker, almost like an aura. Okay, and then fill it in. So we're adding some drama. here too. Won't need much in this one. Just a little one here. Okay. And then let's have this one come out from that same spot. I try to encourage you to just think, what if I do it this way? What if I do it a different way? Okay, and then here's another variation that she had. And it's just a little one. So we're gonna make our little bud. And this one came up and around. And this side came up a little bit higher than we did on this. Okay, and then we're just going to put one of the little things inside. And we're going to have two come off the bottom. And then we'll have this one come up from here. And then she just put little lines along the top and on the leaves. And as far as what I did for leaves on here, I just kind of followed what I had on here. So same basic shape. We're not going to aura, but let's put a little drama inside. And we'll put another one down here. Okay. And just a simple one here. Looks like fescue. Not fescue, flux. Okay. Maybe little petals here. And then I thought, let's try making little baby flowers. So for that, all I did was make a tiny one with a little petal on each side. And have it come down. Let's just put like, almost like little fescues here. Okay, how about another one over here? And you will see that I do it different every time. Doesn't matter. Here's our little petals. Okay. So I want to show you, she did a couple of other options that you could put. So just little petals. I'm not going to put one there, but you could come here and just these little stems with a dot on the end. And that kind of matches up with the dots we have here. And you don't have to make your tile look exactly like mine. I love it when you take inspiration and go in other directions. I think it's awesome. Okay, I think I'll leave it like that and let you decide how much you want to add to yours. Let's add some shading. Actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and put the little fescue-like things in here. I like how that looks. A little bit dark at the bottom. Okay. I didn't even tell you what I was using. I used a Micron PN and my Tortillon blending tool, and this helps me to keep the end pushed out, and my graphite pencil. So for shading, we're going to put just a little bit of graphite on the edge where one of these petals goes behind the other. And then just a little bit of graphite along the bottom here of these petals. And then with my blending tool, I'm going to soften that. Okay, same thing here. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit along this edge on each of these. And then I'm going to put just a little bit of graphite where we made this aura. You could, if you had a jelly roll, you could put a different color in here or just leave it the way it is. Do what inspires you. Do what you enjoy. Okay, I'm going to come ahead down here. Since these are small, I'm not going to add very much. And I'm just going to put a little bit of graphite on these petals. And at the bottom of our leaves, if you want to call them that. All right, blend these. Okay, soften these. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I've had so much fun playing with these patterns this week. So let's add our chop. I think I'm going to drop mine right here. on the back, again, I encourage you to put the name of the pattern. Okay, so this is Bolly and Buds, and they're both by Barbara Duel Johnson. Put the date, maybe a little bit of a journal entry about what's going on. And I hope you enjoyed this. Again, there's this one. Okay. And this one is that basic pattern. And then I put this pattern, which is called Margie 2, in the center. And she doesn't fill those in, but I did. You know, I did a lot of what if on this tile. This was my morning tile. And after I got these filled in like this, I thought, well, why not add this basic shape along the edge? And then I put dots in there, and I'm not sure that I was thrilled with the dots, but it was fun, and that's all that mattered. I enjoyed what I was doing. Thank you again. If you enjoyed this, please hit the like button, subscribe, share, add comments, because all of those things support my channel and they help other people to find my channel also. And let me know what you thought about the watercolor. But like this one, once you add a pattern inside, you don't necessarily see any flaws that you think are on the paper. So just have fun with it. Thank you again. I hope you'll come back, my friends. I'll see you next time. Bye.